I'm Angela Brummel, Clark County Poet Laureate, and today we're talking with Charlene Stegman Moskal. Hi, Charlene.
Hello.
I'm so glad to finally have you here.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
So I was really interested in talking with you. Something I've been doing during my time is talking with poets and artists about how their work connects with poetry. But I've also discovered that a lot of poets do something in the visual arts, and a lot of visual artists will tell me that they write poetry that they don't share with the world. And you shared with me that you do the artwork for your book covers.
I usually do. I have a few books, and my background is initially in art, in visual arts. And so, yeah, that's what I love to combine the two. I think that they lend each other some value.
So when would you say you started writing poetry in a way that made you say, hey, I might want to publish this?
When I moved here from Texas to Las Vegas, I was doing some theater work with Las Vegas Little Theater.
Okay.
And I saw an advertisement, or no, I saw an article in the newspaper about Bruce Isaacson.
Yeah.
And about the poetry workshop that he had every Saturday. And I said, well, yeah, that seems like an interesting thing. I think I'll just check it out. And I brought a poem, an old poem, with me and sat down and we shared our poetry. And I went, wow, I like this. I'm going to keep coming back.
Yeah, and you're still a member of that group.
Oh, yes, every Saturday. I went to Zoom now, primarily.
Right.
The poets there are we have them from the Bay Area, we have them from up in Reno, from Arizona. I mean, it has become, because of Zoom, it has become such a beautiful mix. Yeah.
Wonderful. So National Poetry Month is April. And for some people, that's the first time that they dabble in poetry because it's exciting. So many people are doing it. Some people are intimidated by sitting down to write. Can you tell us a little bit about your writing or reading practice?
First of all, if anybody's reading poetry, read it aloud.
Yeah.
Number one, read it aloud because there's so much more depth, I think, when it is read aloud. Secondly, read poetry. You know, try new things. Come to an open mic. Try your hand at it. Find a poet that you really enjoy, or a couple of poets that you really enjoy, and read their books, or just go online and read some of their poetry. Yeah.
When is your next open mic?
We do an open mic at the West Charleston Library the third Wednesday of every month, so it will be March 20th. I think that's the third Wednesday. It's at 6:30, and the neat thing about that is that there are poets there who are, I'm going to say, experienced, published poets, but also there are people who get up for the first time ever and, you know, kind of quietly go, do their poetry. And the warmth of that group, you know, it's so non-judgmental and it's just great. So if somebody out there listening to this is a nascent poet, or they would like to see what it's like to do the poetry aloud, you know, and they're kind of brave enough, and I kind of take a stick and go, come on, you can do this, get up. Yeah, come join us. And it will be again, of course, during Poetry Month in April, again the third Wednesday. So, yeah.
I would love, while you're here, could you read a couple of your poems for us?
Sure. I'll take this from Woman Who Dyes Her Hair. I'll take the poem that is the title poem of the book, and it is called, Woman Who Dyes Her Hair, Personal Ad. And by the way, this is the third book of poems that have dealt with grief and sorrow and the loss of someone. This book primarily goes to how you get past that a little bit, how you deal with that, and this poem deals with that. Okay. Woman Who Dyes Her Hair. Looking for solace among words, writes until her fingers have stretch marks that signal she has birthed fattened, mewling emotes. At home, she wears garments that fall away from vanity. She is searching for sounds of life under months of quiet, that have accumulated like dead mice under floorboards. She wants to see old vistas with new eyes, hear old songs without memories, eat in restaurants not visited by ghosts. She is looking for a little fun, wishes to lose things that make her sad. Haunted by the spirit of love and laughter, she is willing to step outside the walls, recognizes she cannot replace the touch of his hand or his lips, now turned to dust. She has placed this ad to confirm that life will go forward as long as she remains a woman who dyes her hair. Of course, I've stopped dyeing my hair, but I still believe that.
I get it. Thank you.
Thank you. And this is from my first full-length book, Running the Gamut. This book deals with spirit and age and kinships. And this is from one of my spirit poems. It is called, I Have Always Chosen Red. I have always chosen red. It is the blood that runs through our generations, carries a legacy into battle with the word survive, emblazoned in our DNA. It is our strength before the scythes and torches, before the rapes and knives, before the drunken spit in the calloused hands that beat and bruise. It is the magenta under the skin, the deep red of fresh wounds and the rust red of healing scabs. It is the story songs of nomad women in their red tents, steeped in the blood of desert births and cycles of the moon. It is the wail and dive bars of an alto sax that sings tales of betrayal and love, played as blue as blood without air. It is the essential red, tasked to continue to grab life, as a vampire would suckle at a virgin's neck and heal them both. My reds flow warm with the scent and taste of iron to make a merger with the exquisite crimsons of life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited to share with everyone that you will be leading the last Friday Night Rides session of my term, which is Friday, June 21st, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Winchester Dondero Cultural Center. Right. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect from that?
Yeah, the topic that I've chosen to work with is choosing the right words, which deals with how one looks at the mundane or the ordinary and takes that and turns it into something unique by the words that we choose to use. So I guess a lot of it will be based from simile and metaphor, go over similes and metaphor and assonance and how not just the words, but the breath between the words, the choices that we make brings to life a poem or brings to life something that, like I say, is mundane or ordinary and now becomes something different, something magical, something special.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for coming out today, and I can't wait for your class in June.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and thank you so much for inviting me here today and inviting me to do that as well.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Our next Friday Night Ride session will be Friday, March 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Winchester Dondero Cultural Center with former Clark County Poet Laureate, Vogue M. Robinson. She will be leading a session, The Poetry of Gratitude. Then you can join us the next day on Saturday with Emily Hoover from 3 to 5 p.m. for Poetry and Poses. It's 1 hour of yoga followed by 1 hour of writing.